Okay, I want to talk briefly about RPE. RPE, rate of perceived exertion. This is how much it feels like it is challenging you, right? So we talk about RPE a lot, and one of the biggest questions that I have is, how do I find my RPE? So I just want to back up. Why RPE? So most of us who are training here are humans who have other life stressors in our life, right? And the general way to train is, I should say the old school way to train, is like percentages. And I find that that doesn't work if you have life stresses that change from day to day. Who doesn't? If you have menstrual cycles, sometimes this cannot line up with when you feel strongest. And there's a variety of other circumstances that RPE just works better in. So I use RPE a lot. We'll use percentages occasionally, usually to give you an idea of where you should be, and RPE to see how the rate of perceived exertion at 40%, for instance, or to help find the weight in a weird movement. So RPE 1 through 5 is the really, really low levels. You should feel this when you're warming up. Your first warm up with a bar hopefully is somewhere from RPE 1 to 3, right? And then we'll add some weight, we'll get to 5. 5 is really when you start to kind of notice something's happening right here. It's not just, oh, gravity exists, it's also gravity exists and there's something pushing down on gravity, using a bench press as an example. So RPE 5 is, this is pretty freaking easy, but I am aware that there's weight on the bar. RPE 6 is, I could do a reasonable amount of reps, but I feel like the weight on the bar is sufficient to kind of feel out where technique would be or where I'm going with this. So RPE 6 is a really great, 5-6 is a really great place to learn things. So if you're learning snatches, you don't want to go to an RPE 8 because that's going to fuck up your form, right? So we want to be in an RPE 5-6 there. 7, 8, and 9 is where training really happens, right? So 7 is usually used when we're looking to learn a new movement, not like learning to snatch, but say we're using close grip and we're not exactly sure what weight we want on the bar. I might prescribe an RPE 5-6 for our first round so we can feel out the movement and really know where we're gonna go. So now we have 7. 7 is where you're like, okay, I can do this. It's not super hard, but I see the challenge. 8 is really where the magic happens, which is why you see 8 across a lot of programming, right? So 8 is, I can definitely do this. The prescribed amount of reps is pretty much exactly sufficient, and this is a significant challenge. 9, you start to bump up against, will I fail, I might fail, whatever else there. This is a great place to be if you are in the later part of a cycle and you're really trying to push the limits. It also might be a great place to be if you're just about to PR. RPE 10 is just about a PR. 10 is, there's no chance I could do more reps here. So 1, you could think I could ribbon dance with this. 10, I cannot do more reps there. So on 7, 8, and 9, you should definitely show, and definitely 10, you should be showing that you are challenged, right? You might get sweating, you might get face red, etc., etc. Down in the 4, 5, you don't feel that. If you are feeling like, I can do a few more reps, or I don't need to rest between rounds, and your program says RPE 8, and you're not sick or some other extenuating circumstances, then go ahead and add some weight to that bar. You don't feel like you can add weight. Progressive overloads, we're gonna add weight or we're gonna add reps. So you can't add weight, maybe just add some reps, put it in the notes. Challenge yourself though. If it says RPE 8 and you're trying to go for that easy number, let's push it to the limit and see if we can get to that 8. All right, RPE, I hope that helps.